Okay, so my countdown to Jigsaw continues, and now we're on to Saw 2. So, with that being said, there's gonna be spoilers mentioned in this review. If you have not seen Saw 2, you may not want to watch this review. You may want to go ahead and watch it. But I assume you did watch it. But in case you didn't, there's gonna be spoilers mentioned in this review. That's your warning. Now, um, so now, more people are being tested in this movie, and as you go along with this, go along through, Act One, Act Two, Act Three. I mean, you know, it's it's definitely almost as good as the first movie, and and then it's about these all these people who did jail time, and there's and then there's a poison that that's venting, like in the vents, and it's like coming through the like through the entire house that they're trapped in, and then they have to look for an antidote, and and then the plot, and then what makes it even more intense is that the cop who put them away has to watch his teenage son who is there with them. So it's like, okay, what if they find out that his son is there? Like, what are they gonna do? Are they gonna leave him to die, or they're not gonna give him an antidote, or what's gonna happen? You know what I mean? And so it's like more so, detective, like Eric Matthews, it's more so his test than theirs, because he has to watch the people that he like planted evidence on and put them away be in that same situation with his son. And it's like, and they could all decide to just kill him or leave him to die, and just let the poison kill him. And so it's just insane. And then Amanda from the first movie came back, and she got such a massive impact in her one scene in the first movie. So it's no surprise that that she's back in this one, because I think fans really did enjoy her in that first movie, and it's like, okay, let's bring her back, and she's back here, and she has bigger shoes to fill, and I gotta say, the ones there's the one scene that really gets me every time I watch this movie is when it gets to Xavier's test, where he has to get into a pit of needles, and then instead he throws Amanda in there. It man, I mean, like I get twitchy all over. I mean, like, just when that scene happens, like, oh my gosh. and and then we get to really be with Jigsaw a bit more, because in the previous movie we're trying to figure out who he is, and we didn't really see him, but and it's funny, like, how in that first movie, where while we're trying to figure out who he is, and then we're supposed to be led to believe it's Zeb, but we did see Jigsaw like one time, like during the flashback with the detectives who are trying to find him, and I'm like, wait, that's just funny how I thought it was Zeb. I don't know, donk. But anyway, Jigsaw is like, his cancer has gotten worse, and he couldn't get away, even if he wanted to, not on his own. And then he allows himself to get caught, and then have Eric Matthews like watch this on the monitors, and all he has to do is sit down and talk to Jigsaw during that whole thing. And it's like, what the fuck? I mean, you're saying that his son is in danger, but you're saying he's in a safe place, and here. And then when you really think about it, as he says, All you gotta do is sit down and talk to me, and then you'll see that your son is safe. And then it turns out that his son was there, with Jigsaw the entire time. But Eric couldn't hold it together. He's freaking out. He sees that, things are getting worse. And then he's beating the fuck out of Jigsaw. And he said, "Take me to the house right now." And then he does take him to the house. And then you find out, like, wait, something's really off here. And then you find out that the the video on the monitor is not live. It's not live. It's previous recorded. And then also you find out that that Daniel is actually there where Jigsaw was. And I guess that's his way of, I think that's Jigsaw's way of having Eric saying, okay, you failed, you fucked up, game over for you. And that's what he said, game over, I'll take you to the house. And he just gets to an empty house, like where those people who didn't make it are there and dead, and those who, and Amanda and Daniel are not there. Well, Amanda actually is there. She knocked them out and chained them up in the same bathroom, and then you find out that she is Jigsaw's disciple. And but when this movie ended, I was led to believe that when we find out that Amanda is helping Jigsaw, I thought that Jigsaw died right at that moment after she said game over, and then she would immediately take over after that. I mean, that's how I thought at first. But when I watched it again, as we see the last shot of Jigsaw, I'm like, no. He didn't. He's still alive. So, but yeah, I mean, like, I didn't think it would be as good as it was. I mean, but I'm glad it was. I mean, I really had a great time with this movie, and even though, like, the first movie still had better character development, but still, you can still invest with these characters, and you really buy into, like, okay, who's gonna get out of there, who's not gonna get out of there, you know what I mean? And so with that all being said, I'd say this movie deserves 4 solid chair spins out of 5. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4 solid chair spins. So yeah, so I'll be jumping on to the third movie as we count down the Jigsaw. So if you guys enjoyed my review for this movie, make sure you thumb up the video, click subscribe if you're a newbie to the channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in my review for Saw 3. So until then, peace out, guys.